Our top story now, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will leave tomorrow for his first state visit to the United States. Massive preparations are underway in the US ahead of the whirlwind trip, which is from the 21st of June to the 24th. For this trip, at the invitation of US President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden, a series of events and meets have been planned. Ministry of External Affairs today said the trip is going to be a milestone in the India-US ties. The Indian diaspora is euphoric over the trip, and events have already taken place over there. Well, let's go across to Namrata Brar now, who joins us from the UN headquarters. In fact, Namrata, the Prime Minister's first big event is going to be there at the UN headquarters with Yoga Day. Tell us more about what's planned.
Absolutely, Gargi. We've got the United Nations gearing up for members of 180 countries to join on June 21st with Prime Minister Narendra Modi leading the International Yoga Day. And that kicks off a mega welcome here at the United States for Prime Minister Modi. As I mentioned earlier, this is very significant, not just symbolically, but also in terms of what it will deliver. We've seen a monumental change of India's positioning in the global pecking order, and we will see deliverables. One, obviously, India's military dependence from Russia is something that the US wants to address, but India also is going to gain leverage by getting a lot of investments in the space of technology, semiconductors to be specific, but across technology spheres, because the US wants to reduce its dependence on Chinese supply chains. But I can say with a lot of pomp and splendor, obviously, and the messaging around that, the fact that Prime Minister Modi is going to be only the second after world leaders like Winston Churchill. You've got Zelensky as well as Nelson Mandela, who addressed the US Congress session twice. He's going to be given that rare privilege. This means that India's relationship with America is no longer just one of a natural ally. It seems that it has become America's new best friend.
All right, Namrata, thanks so much for joining us with that. So a lot of excitement among the Indian diaspora as well ahead of that visit by the Prime Minister. Well, moving on to the other big story. Today evening, IndiGo has announced a 500 aircraft deal with Airbus. This is the largest in aviation history. And to tell us all about it, we're joined by Vishnu Shom. And Vishnu, take us through the details and also the timeline of this deal.
No, but that's fascinating, isn't it, Gargi? The timeline of this deal is that these aircraft will be acquired between 2030 and 2035. And the reason for that, in case you're asking, but isn't that very delayed? No, in fact, it's not, because IndiGo already has an existing order of 400 plus aircraft which are yet to be delivered. The aircraft that they'll be getting between 2030 and 2035 as part of this order will in fact come after the existing brand new planes are delivered. So essentially you've got an Indian airline with 1,000 plus or approximately 1,000 aircraft on order, all with Airbus, in what is the single biggest deal in civil aviation history. Interestingly, all of these are for single aisle aircraft. They aren't going in for twin aisle aircraft, which are larger aircraft, which is why the value of this deal, according to reports, AFP reports, it's at $55 billion compared to $70 billion for the Air India deal, even though the Air India deal was for a fewer number of aircraft at 470. But what is really, really fascinating is that two Indian airlines, two remarkable airlines, one the IndiGo group and one the Tata group, which is Air India, have collectively, gone at about 960 odd aircraft have been placed in order just in the last couple of months. It is a remarkable story for Indian aviation.
All right, Vishnu, thanks so much for joining us with all those details. Now, a massive row after the Gorakhpur-based Geeta Press has been awarded the Gandhi Peace Prize. This was announced by the Prime Minister, who congratulated them, who headed that jury. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh, however, called it a travesty, and he said it's like awarding Savarkar or Godse. The BJP has hit back and called his comments anti-Hindu. Meanwhile, the Geeta Press has refused the 1 crore cash reward.
The centre's decision to award the Gandhi Peace Prize for 2021 to publisher Geeta Press has triggered a political slugfest. A committee headed by the Prime Minister unanimously decided to select Geeta Press, which is celebrating its centenary year, for the award on Sunday. PM Modi said the publisher, one of the world's largest, has done commendable work over the last 100 years. The Congress on Monday slammed the choice, calling it a travesty. Congress leaders pointed out to the ideological differences between Mahatma Gandhi and the publisher from UP's Gorakhpur. Geeta Press officials denied the Congress's allegations.
महात्मा गांधी जी का गीता प्रेस से बहुत अच्छा संबंध था और कल्याण पत्रिका के लिए महात्मा गांधी जी का एक सुझाव था कि कल्याण पत्रिका में किसी प्रकार का न तो विज्ञापन छापा जाए न पुस्तक की समीक्षा छापी जाए और आज 97 वर्ष कल्याण के होने जा रहे हैं। 97वां विशेषांक निकला है और हम लोग उस बात का आज भी ऑनर करते हैं।
The BJP called the Congress's opposition anti-Hindu.
उस कांग्रेस से और क्या अपेक्षा किया जाए जिसने प्रभु राम के मंदिर बनने में रोड़े अटकाए, जिसने उस केस की सुनवाई में रोड़े अटकाए, जो 3 तलाक का विरोध करती है, जो सारी हिंदू परंपरा मान्यताओं के बारे में सिर्फ दिखावा करती है और बाकी जो करती है आप सभी जानते हैं। लेकिन वो गीता प्रेस को महात्मा गांधी शांति पुरस्कार मिल रहा है, उस पर भी टीका टिप्पणी करेगी, इससे बड़ी तो कोई शर्मनाक बात हो ही नहीं सकती है। हम इसकी भर्त्सना करते हैं।
Amid the political row, the Geeta Press officials said that they will accept the honor but will not take the prize money of 1 crore rupees that comes with it, as the organization doesn't take any money from any source.
हम इस पुरस्कार के सम्मान को सम्मानित करने के लिए जो उसके साथ अगर प्रशस्ति पत्र है तो उसको तो स्वीकार कर लेंगे, लेकिन धनराशि हम लोग नहीं स्वीकार कर सकेंगे।
Established in 1923, Geeta Press is one of the world's largest publishers, having published 41.7 crore books in 14 languages, including 16.21 crore Srimad Bhagavad Gitas. An NDTV Bureau Report.
In other news, for the first time in the 57 years of the Shiv Sena's history, there are 2 Foundation Day celebrations taking place currently in Mumbai. It's the first Foundation Day since the party split, with Eknath Shinde taking over as the Chief Minister. Now, both Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray will project themselves as the real Sena and the real heirs of Bal Thackre's legacy. Let's go across to Pooja Bhardwaj, who joins us from the NESCO grounds. And this is where Shinde is marking the Foundation Day. Pooja, if you can tell us more about, both sides projecting themselves as the real Shiv Sena. What's been happening there?
जी बिल्कुल, इस वक्त हम नेस्को ग्राउंड में हैं। ये पहली, जैसा कि आपने बताया कि पहली बार ये हो रहा है कि 57 साल के शिवसेना के इतिहास में 2 स्थापना दिवस अलग अलग जगहों पर कार्यक्रम हो रहे हैं। नेस्को ग्राउंड पे आप देखें, अंदर का जो हॉल है वो पूरी तरह से भर चुका है। 25,000 से ज़्यादा लोग अंदर बताए जा रहे हैं और बाहर जो लोग इकट्ठा थे उनके लिए ये देखिए LED डिस्प्ले ट्रक है जो एड्स के लिए, विज्ञापनों के लिए इस्तेमाल होता है, उसका यहाँ पर आप देखिए प्लेसमेंट किया गया है और जो लोग बाहर खड़े थे यहाँ पर उन्हें कुर्सियाँ दी गई है ताकि बैठ कर ये देख सकें। तो इतनी भीड़ हम यहाँ पर देख रहे हैं, लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं महाराष्ट्र के अलग अलग जगहों से। इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हुई है, अभी फिलहाल दूसरे नेता बोल रहे हैं, सीएम शिंदे थोड़ी देर में बात करेंगे, स्पीच देंगे, जिसके लिए लोग यहाँ पर सुनने के लिए इंतजार कर रहे हैं। लेकिन एक तरह से जब इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हुई तो वो ऐसा लगा कि कहीं ना कहीं ये एकनाथ शिंदे का एक प्रमोशनल इवेंट की तरह उसको सामने पेश किया जा रहा है। हाल में आपको याद होगा जो तमाम पेपर्स में, न्यूज़पेपर्स में एक विज्ञापन आया था, ऐड आया था, जिसमें बताया गया था कि एक सर्वे के हिसाब से देखा जाए तो सबसे लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे हैं। जबकि आप तमाम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंसेस देखिए या बयान देखिए तो हमेशा मुख्यमंत्री होने के बावजूद एकनाथ शिंदे दूसरे नंबर के नेता नजर में आते थे और विपक्ष कई बार इसकी खिल्ली भी उड़ाता रहा था कि एकनाथ शिंदे भले ही मुख्यमंत्री पद पर होंगे लेकिन देवेंद्र फडणवीस के हाथ में कमान है। लेकिन खासतौर से उस ऐड के बाद और ऐसी खबरें जहां कहा जा रहा है कि सीट को लेकर मतभेद है देवेंद्र फडणवीस और एकनाथ शिंदे के बीच में, उसके बीच में आप ऐसे विज्ञापन देखिए या ऐसा इवेंट देखिए जहां पर सिर्फ एकनाथ शिंदे के प्रमोशन पर फोकस किया जा रहा है। शुरुआत एक एवी क्लिप से होती है, वहाँ पर बाल ठाकरे को दिखाए जाने के बाद आनंद दिघे दिखाए जाते हैं। आनंद दिघे जो हैं वो इनके राजनीतिक गुरु हैं। एकनाथ शिंदे के ठाणे के ही थे और ठाणे से ही 4 बार विधायक रह चुके हैं एकनाथ शिंदे, तो उन्हें दिखाया गया। फिर महाविकास अघाड़ी पर अटैक किया गया, एक प्ले का मंच पर एक प्ले किया गया, उसमें एकनाथ शिंदे के डुप्लीकेट दिखाए जाते हैं, जहाँ दिखाया जाता है किस तरह से आम लोगों के लिए एकनाथ शिंदे ने इतना काम किया है। तो अब तक स्थापना दिवस अगर आप देखें शिवसेना की, जब बीजेपी शिवसेना की सरकार भी थी उद्धव ठाकरे के समय में, देवेंद्र फडणवीस जब मुख्यमंत्री थे उस समय भी स्थापना दिवस पर देवेंद्र फडणवीस मंच पर हुआ करते थे, बीजेपी को भी शामिल किया जाता था। यहाँ पर आप देखें तो एक पूरा फोकस एकनाथ शिंदे पर है और जैसा कि राष्ट्र में पीएम मोदी, राज्य में एकनाथ शिंदे, इस तरह से प्रमोशन करना बीते कुछ समय से ये शुरू हो चुका है। तो ऐसे में स्थापना दिवस शिवसेना की, जहां पर हम पूरा देखें फोकस एकनाथ शिंदे पर रखा गया है, तो वो जो मतभेद की खबरें लगातार आ रही थी, एक तो उसे तूल मिली ही है। उद्धव ठाकरे की अगर हम बात करें, उनका जो इवेंट है स्थापना दिवस का, वो सायन में हो रहा है, षणमुखानंद हॉल में, वहां पर तमाम नेता जुड़ेंगे। लेकिन उद्धव ठाकरे को बीते कुछ समय में आप देखें तो और भी 2 झटके लगे हैं, जहां पर शिशिर शिंदे, एमएलसी मनीषा कायदे उन्होंने छोड़ा है, वो शामिल हो गई शिंदे के गुट में। तो इस तरह से झटके लगातार उद्धव ठाकरे को लग रहे हैं। आने वाले समय में और बताया जा रहा है कि चुनाव से पहले कुछ और नेता पार्टी छोड़कर शिंदे के गुट में शामिल होंगे। तो उद्धव ठाकरे इस वक्त भले ही शक्ति प्रदर्शन की कोशिश आज स्थापना दिवस पर करें, लेकिन शायद ये तस्वीरें शक्ति प्रदर्शन के लिए ज्यादा अहम होंगी, जहां पर इतने लोग इकट्ठा हुए हैं और एक एक करके पार्टी के बड़े नेता भी उद्धव गुट के छोड़कर शिंदे गुट में शामिल हो रहे हैं। जी,
ऑल राइट पूजा, they're reporting from the Shiv Sena Foundation Day. This is the Shinde Shiv Sena Foundation Day, where the focus is on Eknath Shinde, and a parallel event is taking place in another part of Mumbai. Thanks so much, Pooja, for that. News from Punjab now, where the AAP government has said it will introduce a provision for the free broadcast of Gurbani from Harminder Sahib or the Golden Temple in Amritsar, for which it plans on adding a new section in the Sikh Gurudwara Act 1925 after presenting a proposal in the State Assembly. But Chief Minister Bhagwant Man's plan has run into rough weather, with both the opposition and the Sikh religious body SGPC opposing this.
A major political tussle in Punjab over the telecast of the Gurbani from the famous Golden Temple in Amritsar. The live telecast of the Gurbani has been done by a TV channel owned by the politically powerful Badal family of the opposition Shiromani Akali Dal since 2007. This is via a 2 crore rupee per year contract with the SGPC, the religious body that administers the Golden Temple. Now Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann says listening to the Gurbani is everyone's right and it should be telecast free of cost. The AAP government is preparing to amend the Sikh Gurudwara Act of 1925 to provision for the free broadcast of the Gurbani. But the Mann government's plan is being opposed both by the Shiromani Akali Dal and the religious body SGPC.
एक्ट ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੋਮਣੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਇਹ ਯਕੀਨੀ ਬਣਾਵੇ ਕਿ ਆਡੀਓ ਤੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਫੀਡ ਹੈ, ਲਾਈਵ ਫੀਡ ਹੈ, ਫ੍ਰੀ ਟੂ 에ਅਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ, ਫ੍ਰੀ ਆਫ ਕਾਸਟ ਵੀ ਹੋਵੇ to all houses, all media platforms.
ਐਵੇਂ ਫਜ਼ੂਲ ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਣੀ, ਕੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿ ਦੂਗਾ, ਕੱਲ ਇਹਦਾ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਇਹਨੇ ਕਹਿ ਦੇਣਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ यूपी सरकार ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ, मैं वो भी ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੇ देना फैसला उठा के.
इसमें पंजाब गवर्नमेंट किसी भी तरह से कोई दखल नहीं कर सकती.
Politically, the AAP government's proposal is likely to dilute the spiritual aura of the opposition Shiromani Akali Dal. A contract between the SGPC and the PTC network for telecast of the Gurbani expires in July 2023. The Aam Aadmi Party-led Punjab government has said broadcast rights should not be given based on a tender process, and any channel that wants to broadcast the Gurbani should be free to do so. The Congress, the main opposition party in Punjab, seems divided on the issue. While party leader Navjot Singh Sidhu is praising the move by the state government, the Congress's influential leader and MLA Sukhpal Singh Khera is questioning Bhagwant Mann. With Sharat Sharma, Bureau Report, NDTV.
And now look at the weather, and various parts of the country have been reeling from extreme weather events. Unprecedented floods in Rajasthan, which are caused by cyclone Biparjoy. Floods and landslides in the northeast, while UP, Bihar and Odisha are facing scorching heat.
Heavy rainfall in southwest Rajasthan. More rain in 2 days than this arid belt receives in the entire monsoon season has left districts of Pali, Jalore, Sirohi, Sanchor and Barmer with a flood-like situation.
This cyclone Biparjoy remnant, it is still seen as a well-marked low-pressure area over northeast Rajasthan. Yes, it's seen over northeast Rajasthan. In the southwest sector, it is gradually moving east-northeastward. So it is moving towards north Madhya Pradesh, south Uttar Pradesh. But the southwest sector of this particular system, we expect even today extremely heavy rainfall happening over east central Rajasthan.
These satellite images clearly shows that the remnants of cyclone Biparjoy is still active over Rajasthan here. And apart from this, even in the northeastern region and the eastern coast of India, you do see heavy clouds here. And these are becoming problem areas for the country, because in many of these states, there have been cases of flash floods.
In Sanchor town, water from the Panchana dam that had breached, flooding homes, roads and fields. Minister for Forests Sukhram Bishnoi, also MLA from Sanchor, walking in knee-deep water. As the cyclone weakens, the situation has now begun to improve and the water is likely to dissipate in the next 24 hours.
जितना विंड का स्पीड मतलब प्रेडिक्ट किया था उसका कंपैरिजन में मतलब आपका विंड का स्पीड तो कम रहा, लेकिन बारिश जो है ना वो मतलब आपका काफ़ी ज़्यादा रहा. करीब 2000% ज़्यादा बारिश हुई है जोधपुर डिवीजन का जिलों में, और अभी मतलब राजसमंद जिला में 3 मृत्यु हुई है.
While Biparjoy gave Rajasthan unusual rain. In Uttar Pradesh, it's not the rain that's causing any problems, but the overbearing heat, with temperatures above 40 to 42 degrees in most places. The UP government has issued a statewide advisory to all government hospitals, asking for preparedness to deal with patients ill from heat strokes and other complications. This after a controversy over 54 deaths at the district hospital in East UP's Balia in just 72 hours between Thursday to Saturday. Doctors at Balia initially said on record that deaths were linked to the heat wave, but top UP government officials later denied this and removed the Balia doctor who gave this statement. An inquiry committee has also been set up.
सीएमएस से बहुत डिटेल में वार्ता हुई है. पर्याप्त संख्या में यहाँ चिकित्सक मौजूद हैं, पर्याप्त संख्या में स्टाफ है, पर्याप्त संख्या में दवाइयाँ हैं, कहीं किसी प्रकार की कोई समस्या नहीं है.
The northeast, on the other hand, is on an orange alert for heavy rain. In Assam, 33,000 people in 14 districts are affected as rivers continue to flow above the danger level. The Brahmaputra was flowing over the red mark in Nimati Ghat in Jorhat district. Incessant rain has led to the first wave of floods for this season. An 11-member medical team stuck in a Brahmaputra sandbar in Assam's Dibrugarh was rescued on Sunday. Continuous landslides at the Sonapur tunnel in Meghalaya has caused major trouble. Landslides caused blockage at the tunnel along the National Highway 6, which connects Silchar in Assam to Shillong in Meghalaya. Multiple landslides induced by heavy rain have damaged over 100 houses in the West Sikkim district. And there is more in store as the northeast braces for more rain in the next 48 hours. An NDTV Bureau Report.